The assault on Petersburg marks the Union victory against the Confederates and the end of the Civil War. This is part of the Richmond-Petersburg campaign. But now, let's not focus on the end, but let's focus on the beginning. The battle started on June 19, 1864, and went to April 2, 1865, almost a year. This is also an epic battle fought by Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant. Robert E. Lee being on the Confederate side and Ulysses S. Grant being on the Union side. Petersburg provided the supplies to the capital of the Confederacy, Richmond. If the Union took Petersburg, it would greatly weaken the Confederacy's capital and would be a great win to the Union. So Ulysses S. Grant ordered an attack on Petersburg. So on June 9, 1864, they attacked with great might, and so began the siege of Petersburg. Though the order was sent to attack Petersburg on June 9, 1864, June 15th was the actual day of the battle. 10,000 troops under the command of William F. Smith met the Confederate defenders at Petersburg under the command of P.G.T. Beauregard. The Union attacked first. The Union also set up trenches so they could hide in them when the Confederates launched their counterattack. But the Confederates were very strong. Though outnumbered, they were able to overtake the Union's trenches and hold them for a time. But the Union soldiers fought back and retook the trenches. Another important battle is the Battle of the Crater, which occurred on July 30th. After digging a 511-foot-long shaft under Confederate forces, the Union blew a 170-foot-wide crater, or ravine, into the Confederate forces. So Ambrose Burnside's 9th Corps attacked through the gap. But the Confederate counterattack, led by William Mahone's division, led to Union losses of 3,800 men against Confederate losses of 1,500. Burnside was relieved of his command, also fired, and Grant resolved to do no more direct attacks on Confederate lines. So the Confederates saw this as a victory, and listen about how one soldier, William Pegram, felt about this battle.
On the whole, Saturday was, through the merciful kindness of an all and ever merciful God, a very brilliant day to us. The enemy's loss was, at the lowest figures, 3 to our 1, but the moral effect to our arms was very great, for it shows that he cannot blow us out of our works, or at least that he cannot hold a breach after making it.
On April 1st and on April 2nd, 1865, the Five Forks and the Breakthrough battles occurred. This was also the end of this battle. So, for the Five Forks, Pickett pulled back to the Five Forks at daybreak, and he was ordered by Lee to hold it at all costs. Keep it. Don't lose it. The Union commander, Sheridan, advanced and pinned the Confederate line with his cavalry, and sending 3 infantry divisions to Warren's 5th Corps against the eastern flank. So he was planning to flank them, which basically means attack them from the side when they're not expecting it. So Pickett's line, it got destroyed. It was collapsed. And the majority of his men were captured. The Confederates retreated to the northwest. and were cut off from the rest of the Confederate army. So Grant used the size of his army to his advantage and chased the Confederates out of Petersburg, forcing them to retreat and leading to the final surrender of the Confederate army to the Union forces. Petersburg was the last big battle of the Civil War. Now, when the Union was chasing them, there were going to be other battles, but Petersburg was just the last major battle. And that ends the Civil War and my Petersburg project.